I'm the Wolfman coming to you today in late March 2020, and my goodness, what a crazy world it is these days, you know, with the coronavirus outbreak and people on lockdown and all kinds of stuff, and basically all general apocalypse going on. But that's all right. One of the things that you need to know about this kind of trying times in the world is quite simply that wilderness skills are today more important than they have ever been. So this quick video today is going to be about using axes and how to safely use an axe, how to safely split wood, cut wood, and process it and you know, make a fire. Now, of course, making a video about axes does one simple thing. It always ends up activating the axe reviewers and shares of education. Basically, that's all the weird, random, nonsense comments that you'll get. So the video that I'm about to put together for you, this is going to show you how to do it the way we teach at Barefoot Bushcraft. Basically, we teach tens of thousands of students every year, and it has a focus on safety. Now, please understand that this is by far not the only way to achieve the goal that we're going to do today. This is a safe way that we teach. Alright, so the first tool we're going to talk about today is the hatchet. Basically a hatchet and an axe, very similar tool. They have an edge on them, of course, they have a head on them, right, and they got a handle. The biggest difference for the average novice outdoors person is that the hatchet is a short version of an axe. So the axe have a big long handle like this, hatchet nice and small. Hatchet is a beautiful tool for you know, bushcrafting, for backpacking, for all that sort of stuff. The thing that I really enjoy about the hatchet over the axe is its portability, right? Average axe weighs 5, 6, 7 pounds, splitting maul 10 pounds, whatever, all kinds of heavier weights. This nice and light. The downside to it is of course, what you're getting in lightness and portability, you are sacrificing in safety. Now again, there's lots of ways to be very safe with this tool, but the novice is going to have some challenges. The number one thing, if I have my thing right here, you usually have it about waist high, right? And you take your hatchet like this, and you whack it with one hand, there's a bunch of things that you can do. You'll notice that my body's hanging down here. If it misses, right, ping, it can hit me in the knee, it can hit me in the leg, right? It can hit me in the arm if I'm holding it and I'm using it one-handed like this, right? Now, of course, what happens is people are like, oh, well, you know, that's not how that works, especially with the axe review and shares of education. But here's the thing, as novices, it's totally different, right? I have every one of the things that we talk about in our videos. Myself and other instructors have made these mistakes over 20, 30, 40 years of bushcraft and outdoor living, right? I have a line of scars right here from holding my wood and thinking I can get my hand out of the way fast enough, right? So you're holding your wood, you know, you got your wood just like this, and you go, oh, I can get a hand out, whack, oh, and now you get it. And if you have a really good axe, it should be almost shaving sharp. So please, please be careful with this stuff. Again, the beauty of the hatchet is its portability. It's nice, it's small. Hatchet can pretty much do almost anything that a knife can do, right? You can hold it, you can do your carving with it, you can do your shaving, you can shave like this if you know, you go down, of course, with the hair, go like this. This one actually will shave me because it's nice and sharp. But the downside is, you know, they're not quite as safe. So let's move on to using a long-handled axe, and I can show you some really great safety methods that will keep you safe out in the wilderness as a beginner. Here's your long-handled axe. This is sometimes called a yard axe. It's got all kinds of different names for bushcraft aficionados. You know, every type of handle has a certain name. There's certain brand names that people prefer and like, Gransfors Brooks or Estwing or all kinds of different stuff, Hulsfors Brooks, whatever. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to assume that you've got an axe from your local hardware store. It's relatively sharp enough that it's going to cut the job, and you're going to take it out into the backcountry. So this is the axe. Now again, a very beautiful tool, a very ancient tool. There was a time in Canadian history and in American history where the axe was a better tool than the knife for backcountry work, for bushmen, for outdoors people. Everybody had an axe. Again, like I was just saying, pretty much every single task you can do with a knife, you can do with an axe, somewhat better. Mostly because the axe simply has a good sized cutting edge, and it's a little heavier. If you're doing any kind of scraping like this, right, to make your shavings or whatever. It's fantastic for making shavings good and fast, for making your fire, right? And again, you have the option of the swing. So here's what the problem is. Just like using the hatchet, watch this. If I'm going to be chopping at waist level, right, you're going to take it, right, and it hits, boom, down into the foot, right? That can happen to anybody at any time. Now, of course, people are going to be watching this saying, well, you know, you're out in your bare feet and it's a big, huge deal, and, you know, most regular people are going to be wearing shoes. And you're not wrong about that, but here's the challenge with that, is I have seen from, you know, from many years of being out in the wilderness, it doesn't matter, and unless you're wearing steel-toed shoes, using an axe puts you in danger, right? And even then, if my axe was one of the little short, like not a Grant's First, but any number of smaller handled axes, and you hit it like a Fiskars, and it can hit you here, hit you in your leg. I've talked to many people who have hurt themselves and injured themselves with short or long handled axes simply by use. Now again, shoes may be a thing, it may be important to you, but like camp staff and lots of woods people, they're out there wearing sandals, they're out there wearing running shoes, they're out there wearing hike trail shoes. Unless it's got a steel cap, it's not going to protect you. And again, some do, but for the most part, very few people are wearing steel-toed shoes out, you know, for a long backpacking trip or a canoe trip or anything like that. So let's move on to how to use this tool a little bit safer. So here's the wood I want to split. Here's my axe, and you notice one thing. I'm kneeling down. When you kneel down, your axe becomes an incredibly safe tool, and I'll demonstrate how. If I'm chopping this wood, right, whomp, and I hit it and it pings off, where's it going to go? The only place that this axe can go when I use it, bang, is into the ground. Unless there's some kind of catastrophic failure of your handle here, or the head flies off or something, whatever weirdness you can think of. Other than that, you're going to take it, bang, and it's going to go straight down. Massively increases the amount of safety you have. This axe cannot impact my body whatsoever if I'm using it kneeling down. Now, if I need to have lots and lots of swing action going on, I can still get whack like this, and I can use all of my body strength as hard as I want, right? Like this with it, and I'm still not going to end up managing to injure myself. So let's get started with the process here. So we're going to take our wood, we're going to try to stand it up, just like this. I usually put another couple pieces of wood there, just because wood likes to fly all over the place. And then I'm going to measure it. Here's a key thing where a lot of beginners end up damaging an axe. If you go to a flea market or you see older axes, right there, they oftentimes will get damaged, and that's from hitting. And what that's from is being too close. So when I hold my axe out, see how it looks like it's going to hit? The second I go and I swing down, see, it's going to hit the neck. So what you need to do is you need to get yourself a little further away from your wood. So let's move it forward just a little here. Readjust everything. All right. Now, my idea is when I hit the axe into the wood, I want to hit it with the tip of the axe. No further than this, because as I stretch out, I'm going to move forward like this, and it's going to go, and it's going to hit correctly. All right. And try to save from hitting the neck of the axe. Basically, that was that. And you see how even though I measured, look where it hit. Now, I can try to hit it again, I guess. It's a very hard piece of wood. The axe itself should do the work. There we go, one piece removed. Just like that, nice and small. I'm going to try once again. Same thing, measure out. That's what I like. One hit, right through. Now, again, no matter how many times I hit it, it's almost impossible for me to injure myself with the axe in this kneeling position. Beautiful, love it. So there you have it. Using the axe kneeling down ensures that I don't do something like this, bang, and hit myself, or hit my legs, or hit my knee, or all kinds of horrible things that you can manage to do to yourself. So I managed to split the wood efficiently, I managed to split it quickly, and of course, most importantly, in the backcountry, safely. So I want to thank you so much for watching the video. I'm the Wolfman for Barefoot Bushcraft. Stay cheeky breeky.